Alright guys, welcome back to Assassin's Creed 3. Last we met in Assassin's Creed 3. We just decided to start progressing the story, but I actually preemptively canceled the mission because I don't remember why, but
Commander.
I started a new session, so we're actually going to be watching
Connor.
this cutscene again
Any
because
word on Lee?
why not?
Not yet. My apologies. I've been distracted. Supply caravans meant for the camp have gone missing. I suspect treachery. A traitor named Benjamin Church, recently released from prison, has vanished as well. The two events are surely related.
What was his crime?
Treachery, I literally just told you this. You not listening to me? Well, you don't understand English? Oh, right.
He claimed it was a scare tactic, that we might avoid war. A poor lie.
I will find church for you.
Thanks, I already know about Jesus, but, oh, you
have
mean
to tell?
Benjamin. Alright, yeah, go ahead, do that.
Does it matter?
As you wish. We've received reports of trouble along the southern road. Might be he's responsible. I suggest you begin your search there.
Yep, so it turns out for Valley Forge, a bunch of supplies have went missing, and George Washington suspects it was Benjamin Church. But actually, this is actually the reason I started a new session with this sequence was because actually this is probably one of the more interesting sequences in the game, because this is the point in the series when they start making the idea of the assassins versus the Templars more of a gray thing rather than, because originally in Assassin's Creed 1 through Revelations, they always made it out to be the Templars were the evil guys, the assassins were the heroes. But then eventually, I want to say starting with this game, they started making it out the Templars to be, you know, also on the same side, but they just have different ideas of how to approach world peace, if that makes sense. Because there's a later speech, I think later in this part, that I might as well spoil it. We team up with Hatham temporarily for a little bit. I would say probably for for this sequence and the next sequence, we team up with Hatham. Yes, Hatham's back, but we do not get to, you know, swap between the two like fucking Spider-Man 2 or something like that. We don't swap between the two characters. Hatham is purely just a NPC that we have to escort throughout the entire well, not escort, he can hold his own, but I mean, obviously he can hold his own. We played as him at the beginning of the game. What am I doing? Oh, I missed an optional conversation with, I'm assuming, Washington, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to get down. I want to get down.
Father. Connor. Any last words? Wait. A poor choice.
Come to check up on Church? Make sure he'd stolen enough for your British brothers?
Benjamin Church is no brother of mine. No more than the red
I mean, my last name is Kenway, Connor.
Oh, I expected naivete, but this... The Templars do not fight for the crown. We seek the same as you, boy. Freedom.
Well, what was that?
Independence.
What?
But what?
Johnson, Pitcairn, Hickey. They sought to steal land, to sack towns, to murder George Washington.
Johnson sought to own the land, that we might keep it safe. Pitcairn aimed to encourage diplomacy, which you cocked up thoroughly enough to start a goddamn war.
I mean, technically you started it when you pointed at me at the Boston Massacre, you dick.
He's lost nearly every battle in which he's taken part. The man's racked with uncertainty and insecurity. Only look at Valley Forge to know my words are true. We're all better off without him. Look, much as I'd love to spar with you, Benjamin Church's mouth is as big as his ego. You clearly want the supplies he's stolen. I want him punished. Our interests are aligned.
But technically, we have two different
What do
objectives.
you
You know what I mean,
propose?
smartass.
A truce. Perhaps... Perhaps some time together might do us good. You are my son, after all, and might still be saved from your ignorance. I can kill you now, if you prefer. Excellent. Shall we be off?
Do you even know where Benjamin Church has gone?
I'm afraid not. I'd hoped to ambush him when he or one of his men returned here. It seems I'm too late. They've come and cleared the place out.
I may be able to track him.
You know what, the one thing I do like about these sequences is the interactions between Connor and Haytham throughout this. Like, one of my favorites is, I think, next sequence, where Haytham literally just pulls the "because I said so" card.
Medical supplies and clothing as well.
But there are times where, like, it is clear that they're pulling the typical father-son dynamic at times, and it's hilarious how they do it here.
Snow has obscured the tracks, but enough
Yeah, it
remains
was so obscured I
to
couldn't
still
see
follow.
shit. But yes, you know, Haytham is your ally temporarily, meaning that we can't let him die, but in all honesty, Haytham dying isn't really a threat in any of these sequences, to my knowledge. Like, yeah, there's a few combat sequences with him involved, but I don't think he ever gets anywhere near to death. Because I think his AI is just a lot easy. I don't know how to word this. His AI is a lot more capable than most of the allies that you deal with in Assassin's Creed games. Haytham, you could have done something.
It was not wise to run.
What do you want?
Where is Benjamin Church?
I don't know. We was riding for a camp just north of here. Is where we'd normally unload the cargo. Maybe you'll find him there.
Ooh. Oh, Connor's deaf now.
You did not have to kill him.
Let's not waste time with all this pointless banter. Go catch up with the rest of Church's men. Infiltrate that camp of theirs and see what you can discover.
And what about you?
Never you mind. Just do as I ask.
Yeah, Haytham, he's dead. Yes, very dead, Haytham. Alright. So, yeah, we just gotta... We gotta find that church, find the camp that Church had, and I think we have an eavesdrop that we have to do. And I think the full synchronization is... Which, by the way, the optional objective for this part is so stupid. Because it says, do not hide in the hay cart. But then, if you end up getting desynchronized right before the checkpoint, which does happen, by the way, Connor ends up hiding in the hay cart. So, was he canonically supposed to hide in there? I'm assuming that was just the game's way of just assuming you failed the objective in the first place, but somehow got spotted anyway. But yeah, by the way, if you want to get the optional objective for the eavesdrop, you just gotta free run on the trees. They will never see you. I say that, but then I suck at free running, so it's also clearly been a bit since I last played this game because I'm trying to figure out where to go. I think I just say fuck it and run on the floor for a second. No, that's what I'm talking about, right? Oh, I didn't get desynchronized, but I still managed to end up in the cart. I'm assuming the game just loaded me in there because it was a safe place. That flash scared me because I thought I got spotted. Hey, that guy just came out of that hay bale. Kill him.
Can't miss it.
Thank you kindly.
So actually, at the time of this recording, by the way, or well, earlier today, the official Assassin's Creed 4 remake announcement came out. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I don't think they're calling it 4 anymore, which is interesting. I mean, then again, everyone universally knows that Black Flag is known as Assassin's Creed 4. It's not that hard to know that. But I watched through the trailer and the gameplay demo that they had, where they showcased the new improvements that are coming to Assassin's Creed 4, and I gotta say, it actually looks really good. Like, I genuinely kind of like some of the changes they made to the combat. For one, the combat looks a lot more snappy. Kind of reminds me of, it kind of gives me some similar vibes to. It kind of, gives me like more grounded Devil May Cry, if that makes sense. Where, Edward is obviously not going to be in the air doing shit like what Nero does in Devil May Cry 5 or anything like that. But it's very fast and snappy compared to how it was originally. And I mean, that's just what I got from it. It looked like it was pretty easy to manage all of your tools and stuff like that instead of having the weapon wheel and stuff like that. But that still might be a thing in the game anyway. Who fucking knows? The parkour system actually looks somewhat polished too. It doesn't look like it's clunky as all hell, but then again, that was also developer footage, so they probably showed off a developer who has been working on the parkour system for years. And it is also kind of interesting that it does look that good, considering that the last game with the dedicated parkour system was technically Syndicate. So it is kind of interesting that it looks that good. I mean, I don't know. It could be because it's been a long time since there's been dedicated parkour in the Assassin's Creed series. But I do wonder what happens if you don't ever come out and just leave Hatham there. I'm assuming desynchronization. Nice.
You mean to just leave now?
By the way, if you're wondering how I did that, if you press the shoot button right before you do an execution streak, Connor will do that. Oh, dick. Like, you have to have a round loaded into the gun, and then when you press the triangle, it's kind of similar to back in Brotherhood, where if you held the square button right when, I'm saying square button because I'm playing on PlayStation most of the time, but if you held the if you held the attack button as you did an execution streak, Ezio would also shoot whoever he's stabbing, or he would shoot someone else who's close by. If there was anyone close by. Why am I... Oh yeah, I'm fast traveling today. Why am I fast traveling there? I could have just fast traveled to the harbor. Oh wait, no, I think I know why. I didn't realize I can fast travel to the harbor. Like, there was part of me that was thinking I can't fast travel to the harbor. I don't know why I didn't think that. I don't know. Damn, Connor, it took you a month to deal with those guys? Or am I checking for Homestead missions because I'm paranoid? Because I know eventually one's going to pop up in the middle of the sequence. But actually, I do know for this entire... I think for most of this session, I focus on just the main story. Because usually I try to get Homestead missions out of the way at the beginning of sequences, if there's any. And then I immediately start going to the main objective. Because I'm not doing... I know I'm not doing the peg leg missions anymore, because that's just a collectathon that's just not really necessary, because you get a reward. The reward you get for the peg leg missions, if I remember right, is you get like that ring or whatever that sometimes deflects bullets. But it's so random that it's just like, I don't see the point. You know, you're better off just dodging it. You know, just using a human shield or something.
Evening, Connor. I see you made it here in one piece.
Recovered from your beating, then?
Oh, what was that guy doing?
Benjamin Church is held up on an abandoned brewery on the waterfront. We should be done with this by sunrise.
Good. I would like to have those supplies returned as soon as possible.
Of course. I wouldn't want to keep you from your lost cause. Come along, then. Follow me.
But also, if I remember correctly, in Assassin's Creed 4 Resynced, they are also adding some new story missions related to some of the new characters that are being introduced in the game, which, I mean, it looks like a faithful looks like a faithful remake of 4, so I'm not too worried about them changing anything, you know, what the hell? Anyway. I hope they fix that shit in the Assassin in 4. Anyway. Oh, right, this cutscene.
Tell me something. You could have killed me when we first met. What stayed your hand?
Curiosity. Any other questions?
What is it the Templars truly seek?
Order. Purpose. Direction. No more than that. It's your lot that means to confound with this nonsense talk of freedom. Time was. The assassins professed a far more sensible goal. That of peace.
Freedom is peace.
Oh no. It's an invitation to chaos. Only look at this little revolution your friends have started. I have stood before the Continental Congress and listened to them stamp and shout. All in the name of liberty. But it is just noise.
And this is why you favor Lee?
He understands the needs of this would-be nation far better than the jobberknolls who profess to represent it.
It seems your tongue has tasted sour grapes. The people have made their choice, and it was Washington.
The people chose nothing. It was done by a group of privileged cowards seeking only to enrich themselves. They convened in private and made a decision that would benefit them. Oh, they might have dressed it up with pretty words. That does not make it true. The only difference, Connor, the only difference between myself and those you aid is that I do not feign affection.
Well, that aged perfectly. Anyway, I don't think they're going to be changing anything in the story, like censoring any sort of scenes that might be seen as controversial nowadays. I really hope they don't do that. Because I do remember, I think there's at least 1 or 2 scenes that nowadays would be seen as controversial. But I don't see them, I hope they don't get rid of those scenes. Because it's just, you know, then it's not really a faithful remake. Then again, I mean, faithful remakes at this point aren't always, you know, sometimes, you know, some remakes take liberties with what they do. I mean, take a look at fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake. I know it doesn't count, but still. Ow. Could have used a ladder, Connor.
Hold a moment. Church, you clever bastard.
What is it?
I was hoping I could wave you past the guards, but he's replaced most of them with men I don't know. Well, I should be able to pass without arousing suspicion, but you...
No. We do this together or not at all.
Then what do you propose?
I will find a guard who is off duty and take his uniform.
Very well. I will wait here, then.
Of course you will.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like me to come along and hold your hand, perhaps? Provide kind words of encouragement?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. You want to... Yeah, can you come do that, please? Alright, so actually we gotta steal the mercenary's outfit. And anyway, I think I actually end up getting desynchronized because I do something stupid. Yeah, I think I know what happens here. I think I get an idea of what's about to happen. Yeah, I thought that would work. I didn't realize, oh, there's like 20 guards here. Okay, actually, this is some bullshit I want to bring up throughout this entire session that happened to me. Throughout this entire session, I noticed that every time I died, it's because the fucking counter prompts do not pop up. And I end up getting juggled as a result because I can't tell when to counter if the counter prompts don't pop up. Like, I know in the next sequence... Okay, that one was on me. But, like, I know in the next combat sequence, there's a point where, like, literally no counter prompts pop up, and I end up dying because of it. But, you know, that one was... Me getting spotted there, that was on me, because I thought for some reason looting a corpse would be a good idea. Because looting a corpse in front of 4 guards is gonna, within eye shot of guards is a good idea. Connor, you don't have to do that with your leg. You could just stand normally. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. I know there are times where like the word reflex shot pops up on there and I'm just my hand's hovering over this triangle button. This is gonna take a while. I wonder which guards spotted me, though. I'm assuming it's those guys up ahead of me. But I'm pretty sure the field of vision for those guards are... Like, they wouldn't be able to see me. Because otherwise they would have seen that. Then again, they aren't even looking at me, so... It was probably the band of the small platoon of guards that walked past. I'm assuming that was who spotted me.
That should suffice. Follow me.
Hold, strangers. You tread on private
What is that dude
What
doing?
business have you here?
The father of understanding guides us.
You I recognize, not the savage.
Like, can we talk about that guy? It's just... It's like, Carl, calm down, calm down.
Tasted of the forest fruits, did you?
It's that guy's first day and he wants to make a good impression.
Off you go, then.
Alright. It's like, what was that guard doing? He was just like, yo, what do you want? What do you want? Even though no one was talking to him. But I'm actually going to end the part here. So the next time we meet in Assassin's Creed 3, we're going to be continuing on. Hopefully we'll find Benjamin Church and get the supplies back. And I guess Hatham's going to do whatever he wants to do to him. I'm assuming kill him because it's Hatham. So see you guys next time and take care.